Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Nat. Thank you all so much for joining me. Next up in my full face series, it's YSL. And again, most of these products were purchased last year during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, when YSL had their sale, and I think everything was about 40% off. And they also had a few gift with purchase promos going on. One of the gifts with purchase is this Touché Eclat Blur Primer. It's a universal gel fluid, and it claims to be blurring and illuminating. Oh, this is interesting. Can you guys see? There's a little bit of like gold flecks inside. All right, let's give this a try. You guys see this applicator? It has like a mini plastic paddle. Here's the consistency. It is very gel-like. It has a scent, but it's not overpowering. But it's actually quite nice. I would say it's florally. A touch florally. It's very slippery, but it does go on matte. The feel of it is very nice. It's not heavy at all. I'm just not sure how it'll hold up against my oils, but we'll see. Next up, we have the All Hours foundation, and this is the old formula. Because like I said, I purchased this last year, and as most of you are already aware, a bunch of the brands are reformulating their foundations to accommodate the ban of a certain silicone in the EU. I'm pretty sure the new formulation hasn't been released yet, but when it does come out, maybe I'll pick that one up too so we can do a comparison. Alright, so this is a day to night foundation with a flawless long wear, luminous matte finish, resistant to temperature changes, no touch-ups required, transfer resistant, and the color stays true. It's breathable, full coverage. Our lightweight formula provides full coverage with a natural finish. Flawless wear and comfortable all day long. Skin feels hydrated and shine controlled all day long. Skin Cared Enriched formula provides all day hydration. The Neo Skin Powder keeps the complexion shine free. This is what the bottle looks like, and mine is in the shade MN4. I've just pumped some onto the back of my hand, and I'm going to pick it up with an LC03 from Refer. Starting at my nose, like usual. I think this shade works. Now switching to an LC01 from Refer, so we can get in between my eyebrows and around my eyebrows. So as of right now, I don't think I've tried any of the newly reformulated formulas of foundation. That all started to happen this year. So far I agree. For a full coverage foundation, this is quite light, like lightweight feeling. And yeah, the finish on it, it is matte, but it is a luminous matte, like it's not flat. It's quite nice. What do you guys think? Like usual, my eyes are already primed with MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. And for eyeshadow, I have 3 of the mini clutches. 200, 400, and 600. Here's 200, 400, and 600. Let's start off with this shade from the 600 palette and an EO8 from Singe Beauty. Starting off in the brow bone area. There were a few times where I considered getting other color stories, but you guys know me, I prefer indie brand eyeshadows. These mini clutches are a beautiful formula, but I find their color stories to be a bit too soft, just for my taste. Next, let's try this shade from the 400 palette and a Refer 01. Starting off in the outer corner, let's just pat in some pigment. I do love how the palettes look though, like the outside, the mini clutch. They're super cute. Filling in the lash line. and blending it up into the crease area. I think what it was with these eyeshadow palettes, the one that I wanted was sold out for quite a long time, and then when it was available again, I kind of wasn't into it anymore. Back to the E08 with no added product so we can soften out the edge. I'm kind of curious. Now let's take this shade from the 200 palette and the same Rephr 01 brush, stamping it in the outer corner again. So this shade just has a bit more red to it, or brick. So I just want to see if it adds any dimension to this eye look. And I think it does. Alright, now let's deepen things up. Let's use this shade from the 200 palette and Eyeshadow 00. Back to the outer corner, let's just tap in some pigment. So of the three palettes, this shade is the deepest shade that I can use. So I'm switching to an E05 from Singe Beauty just to see if we can build up the depth at the outer corner. For shimmer, let's try this shade from the 600 palette. And I'm just putting it at the third of the eye, just off center, towards the center. And then for the inner third, let's try this one from the 200 palette. Let's stick that right in the inner corner, the first third of the eye. And then back to this shade with the E05 from Singe Beauty, just to re-intensify the outer corner and blend in where the shimmer starts. For concealer, we have the Touché Eclat Radiant Touch Concealer. Mine is in the shade 1.5. Our iconic Touché Eclat instantly revives skin's natural glow and brightens the complexion for an immediate, fresh, healthy looking skin effect. In a few touches on the contour areas of your face, this lightweight illuminating formula highlights your best features without shimmer or glitter. This is what the component looks like. Oh, it's one of those click ups, I think. Yeah. I was just about to apply the concealer and I noticed there's tons of fallout from the eyeshadow, but that's okay. I'm just gonna try and clean that up a little bit, using a bit of the foundation and the foundation brush, which is the LC03 from Rephr. Alright, now going in with the concealer. So I kind of clicked out way too much, so I'm going to pick it up with my F02 from Singe Beauty. I'll blend that out in a second. Let's just get some product. Ugh, see, look. It's my fault. I clicked out way too much. I don't think I'm a fan of this kind of delivery system. Or maybe it just takes a bit of getting used to. Back to the F02 to blend it out. I think I'm good with this shade. The formula is decent, I think. We'll have to see how it wears. The rest of the products we have to try out are all in powder form, so now we can set the face. This is the All Hours Hyper Blur Multi-Use Loose Powder in the shade Translucent. Set, Refine, Blur. The YSL Multi-Use Loose Powder provides a flawless, natural, soft matte, blurred result. Long wear, natural matte, refined and blurred complexion, translucent coverage, feels weightless, blends seamlessly into skin. Again with the cute packaging. Let's do the under eyes first, and I'm just using a triangle puff from Amazon. And then setting the rest of the face. I'm just pushing it in further with Nikki's N14. I usually do this in the T-zone because that's where I get the most oily. And then for the sides of the face, I just dust everything off with a 102 from BK Beauty, a nice big fluffy brush. I'm enjoying the finish of this powder. Now for bronzer, we have the All Hours Hyper Bronze Hyaluronic Acid Infused Multi-Use Bronzing Powder. I chose the shade 03 Medina. Bronze Tan Sculpt, the YSL Multi-Use Bronzing Powder, provides a flawless, natural, second skin, sun-kissed warmth. All-day buildable sheer to medium bronze, subtle sheen effect, natural matte warmth, soft and weightless texture that blends seamlessly into skin. Use it full face for a diffused tan look where the sun hits to enhance natural tan, or onto hollows of the face to sculpt and define angles. All of these components are so substantial feeling. This is what the shade looks like. Let's swatch it. It looks like it's on the warm side, but let's try it out anyway. I'm just going in with a 104 from BK Beauty. Let's start at the forehead. I've heard such great things about this bronzer. I just don't know if I chose the right shade for me. That is pretty seamless though, right? It's not too orange. I do like the finish on it, that's for sure. Now doing the nose with my Patrick Ta nose contour brush. Okay, this shade has grown on me. It's got a beautiful finish to it. And actually my arms got a bit of color from the sun this past weekend. So this kind of goes with the rest of my body. Beautiful formula though. For blush, we have 2 shades of the Make Me blushes. These ones aren't new to me. I've had them for a while and I love them. This one is in the shade 06 Rose Haze, and this one is 23 Hot Mauve. Let's swatch these first. So this one is Rose Haze and Hot Mauve. Let's start with Hot Mauve first. I'm just using an F05 from Singe Beauty, and let's start this shade closer to my hairline. But look at how pretty these blushes are. And then for the apples, let's dip into Rose Haze. Let's see how pretty these blushes are. Alright, now let's finish up this eye look. I'm going to go back in with this shade from the 200 palette and an E25 from ColourPop. Let's just push in some pigment at the outer corner. Pull it across. Let's dip into this shade from the 600 palette just with a flat shader brush. I just want to stick that right at the front, the inner third of the lower lash line. And now same shade, just with an E08 from Singe Beauty. And let's blend out this lower lash line. I just did a bit of eyeliner off camera, and now we can try out this mascara. I've been waiting so long to try this one out. It's the Lash Clash. So normally I use a mascara primer, but when we're testing out a new mascara, I skip the primer so we can see just exactly how this mascara performs. I don't know if I'm a fan of this one. It's quite large. But look at that. I feel like everyone loves this mascara. Alright, here's a look at the mascara. It's quite pretty, but now I am going to add a half lash. Okay, half lashes are on, and now we can try this highlighter. This is the All Hours Hyper Luminize Multi-Use Highlighting Powder, and I chose the shade 02 Hypnotic Honey. Ooh, look at this one. It's a pearlescent white. How pretty. If you guys didn't already know this about me, I love black and white. My Jeep is white with a black roof. I think this packaging is my favorite so far. Alright, this is what it looks like. Let's swatch it. Ooh. Look how pretty. Okay, let's start off with the tip of my nose. Cute. Little bit at the bridge. And now for the cheeks, let's just go in with an F07 from Singe Beauty. Oh wow, look at how soft that is. That's quite pretty. What do you guys think? I'm absolutely into this highlighter. Like, look at that. It's like seamless. Pretty, pretty. And then for finishing powder, I picked up the All Hours Hyper Finish Hyaluronic Acid Infused Multi-Use Matte Powder. It's in translucent. Finish Mattified Blur, the YSL Multi-Use Powder provides a flawless natural matte result. Long wear, natural matte, blurred complexion, all-day translucent coverage, feels weightless, mattifying, blends seamlessly into skin. I don't necessarily need mattifying right now, but let's see how this works as a finishing powder. I'm just using the brush 38 from Rephr. Ooh, that made an impact though, don't you guys think? Like it blurred my pores, this side compared to this side, right? Is it just me? No, it's not just me. Huh. This is quite lovely. What do you guys think? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Very few powders impress me right away upon first application. But I think I am impressed. I just set my face off camera because I don't know if YSL has a setting spray. If you guys know, will you let me know? And now we can move on to lips. I picked up 2 shades of the Love Nude Kiss Shaper Sculpting Lip Liner. Let's see, I picked up 102 Tan Line and 103 Blushing Nude. Here's Tan Line first. And Blushing Nude. They're so similar, hey? Alright, in my collection I have 3 existing YSL lippies. These 2 are the Love Shine Candy Glaze, and this one is, I'm not sure what it is. It doesn't say on the bottom. I can't remember what I purchased. This one might just be the Love Shine lipstick, in I don't know what shade, but this is what it looks like. And then in the Candy Glazes, this is 15. And O2, which is basically clear. O2 is great to go over any lip liner, and it turns that one into a lipstick. I also picked up a Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss in the shade number 12, Honeymoon. You guys see it has a bit of a sparkle sheen to it. Very sheer. Oh, that looks so pretty though. Ooh. And then we have the Love Nude Lip Blusher, the soft blurring lip color in the shade number 8, Mauve Haze. What a cute component. So mine's broken. It just flew out. Alright, I managed to just kind of shove it back in there, and let's try and swatch this anyway. And then I also have 2 lip products that were gifts with purchase. This one is the Love Shine High Shine Caring Lipstick in the shade 44. And this one is the Love Shine Candy Glow Sheer Lip Balm in the shade 1B Pink Sunrise. How cute. This one's the 44. And this one's the 1B Pink Sunrise. Very sheer. Alright, let's try 102 Tan Line first. And let's pair that with the lip oil. Again, this is number 12, Honeymoon. So far, the plumping sensation is very minimal, as it has just the slightest little tingle, and it feels comfortable on the lips. What do you guys think? Now let's try 103 Blushing Nude. And my Damaged Lip Blusher. That's pretty. I like this color. This is quite comfortable on the lips. And now I'm curious. I just want to see what this looks like on top. Alright, here it is. This is the final look of a full face of YSL products. Come in close. Different lighting. In general, I'm happy with all of the products that we tried out today. The foundation is very lightweight, especially for a full coverage foundation. I'm curious to see how it wears for the rest of the day, but I am a fan of the finish. The shade match is pretty good. The concealer is decent. It's pretty good. Same thing, I'd have to see how it wears for the rest of the day. The bronzer shade definitely grew on me. I love the finish of it. I love how seamlessly it melts into the skin, especially for a powder. I think what blew me away the most was the highlighter. It's just gorgeous. And the finishing powder. The loose powder felt very nice as well. It's very finely milled. I am curious to see how it combats my oils. But like I said, the finishing powder really impressed me. I'm a fan of the lip liners and the lip products that we tried out today. Like I mentioned before, the blushes aren't new to me, so I already know that I love the formula. But yeah, out of everything that we tried today, I think the three that stood out to me are the bronzer, the highlighter, and the finishing powder. And that wraps up this video. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me, to check out a bunch of YSL products. I truly appreciate you all so much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, or if it's nighttime for you, I hope you get a good night's rest. I'll see you guys next time.
Oh, ha, ha.